there are already some rumors swirling about the offseason news and stuff. Clearly, Correa is kind of the top guy at the list, expected to opt out of his contract and become a free agent shortly after the World Series. So let's take a look at a couple of these rumors. Jim Bowden of The Athletic is the reporter giving both of these tidbits. The first one I'm going to share is good news for the Minnesota Twins. As you see here, he's reporting that the Yankees are indicating that they don't plan to be players in the top free agent shortstop market. Now, that doesn't mean much. It doesn't really mean we can cross them off. Again, this is very preliminary rumors that are out there for the offseason. Let's just imagine that they don't retain Aaron Judge, a guy that they're trying to keep hold of. Oh, by the way, maybe their strategy changes. It could be interesting to see, but right now, indications sound like the Yankees are going to continue to fill that spot internally. A couple up-and-coming guys might take that position for them. So that would certainly be good for the Twins. The Yankees, any team, sort of saying that they're not going to be shopping in this top of the shortstop market would be good for Minnesota. He goes on in another piece to mention, should mention that there are 4 elite shortstops that are expected to be available this offseason. Trey Turner, Dansby Swanson, Correa, and Xander Bogaerts all mentioned there. I got a kick out of the next paragraph there. He says, plenty of big market teams will need a shortstop this winter. That list will likely include, and he includes the Twins as these teams that he's mentioning as big market teams. So we have a big market Twins mention already this offseason. I love it. But see there, Braves, Dodgers, Giants, Red Sox, Angels, Cubs in the mix, and he puts maybe the Yankees in this one. Also mentions that the Mariners, White Sox, and Phillies might be interested in an infielder, shifting them to second base potentially. The Trevor Story in Boston situation basically from this season. We've seen it elsewhere. We shall see. It'll be interesting, but so we've got these 4 top-of-the-market free agents. He lists, 7 teams without including the Yankees and without including the Mariners, White Sox, and Phillies who may be interested in these guys. So there's competition. Not everybody's going to end up with one of these guys who's looking to upgrade the position. So we'll see how that all works out. He has Carlos Correa. Again, this is Jim Bowden of The Athletic. He has Carlos Correa getting a 10-year, $345 million contract. He's got him going to the Giants, was his prediction. I gotta say, if Correa is getting 345, I don't think he's going to be back in Minnesota. Just being honest, that just is so far outside of the realm of what we've seen them willing to do. Even in, things are different than they were before. Josh Donaldson signing a very large contract, especially in terms of the Twins. Carlos Correa getting paid well over $30 million a year on the contract that he agreed to. So it's not quite the same old Twins, but it's not giving a guy a 10-year, $345 million Twins. I don't think we're going to see that either. I guess don't hold your breath on this. I think if this contract comes to fruition, he is going to be outside of Minnesota. But to be fair, I think if we looked back to last offseason at this time, this is probably, in the realm of what people were predicting Carlos Correa would have gotten last year. So, who knows? It's hard to predict this kind of stuff. But is Carlos Correa going to be one and done? I think, if you're making bets on it, I think if you're trying to predict what's going to happen, I think it's highly likely that Carlos Correa is going to both opt out and sign with a team that's not the Minnesota Twins. But again, there are some other attractive names out there on the free agent market, some very attractive names out there in Trey Turner and Dansby Swanson, and expected to be Xander Bogaerts as well. So the Twins could still address the shortstop position. There's other things that they can do. If there's kind of a bright side to look at that, they have the $30+ million that they paid Carlos this year won't be on the books for next year. So they have some ways that they can work with that. And, if we're being honest with ourselves, again, I want Carlos Correa back. I don't want to make it sound like I'm trying to push this guy out of town. But if we're being honest here, the Twins were a losing team. They fell apart because they didn't have enough depth. One superstar player maybe that's not the way to kind of allocate resources this offseason. I would rather see Carlos back. Again, I just want to make that 100% clear. I'm not trying to make a suggestion that the Twins would be better off without Carlos Correa. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying there's other ways to improve the club. We'll have to just wait and see what happens. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Thank you so much to all the members. Here are the premium members. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, especially through the off season here. I really appreciate it. We will all talk again soon. Thank you.